Hello, and welcome to our episode about pitch. No, not that kind of pitch. Pitch! Today we will be learning about what pitches are and different ways that they can be heard. We'll also play some games that you can try out at home. So let's go. The technical definition of pitch is the quality of a sound governed by the rate of vibrations producing it, the degree of highness or lowness of a tone. Thank you, dictionary, but let's come up with something that everyone can understand. If we look at this definition, we can pick out some of the important words: quality of sound, rate of vibrations, highness or lowness. When we see quality of sound, it's talking about what the sound, sounds like. Next is rate of vibrations. Let's break that down. The rate of vibrations is talking about how fast or slow the vibrations are happening. Finally, we have highness or lowness, which simply means either how high or how low the sound is. If we mush all that together, we get an easier definition that pitch is how high or low a sound is. Hey, that sounds kind of familiar.
High pitch is made by fast vibrations like this. A low pitch is made by slow vibrations like this.
There are lots of sounds all around us, but we don't label every sound with a specific pitch. This goes for instruments too. Let's compare some sounds to find out what kinds of instruments we call pitched and unpitched. Pitched instruments or objects can go high or low. A good question to ask is, can it play a song? Let's test that out. Yep, it can play a song, so this is pitched. Now, unpitched instruments cannot play songs. They're usually really good at playing one type of sound and rhythms, like this. See, unpitched. Pop quiz. Which instrument is unpitched, the ukulele or the rain stick? Let's listen to both. Here's your ukulele. Here's your rain stick. Which one was unpitched? That's right, the rain stick is unpitched because it can't go high and low and it can't play songs. Now we mentioned before that pitch can be high or low, so let's explore those parts of our voices. Let's do a warm-up I call the roller coaster. Buckle in, get ready, and let's go. Up the hill first. Great job warming up, friends. Now that we're ready, I think it's time for a story that practices using our high voices and our low voices. Do you know the story of the 3 little pigs? If not, let me introduce you to the main characters. I have these 3 little pigs and a big bad wolf. The little pigs are going to have a really high voice, and the big bad wolf will have a low voice. In our story, I'm going to need your help. When the pigs say, "Not by the hair, my chinny chin chin," you say it with me. When the wolf says, little pig, let me in," or, you know this one, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." You say that with me too. Are you ready? Here we go. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. The 3 little pigs decided it was time that they built their own houses, so they went out to build them. The first little pig found some straw, so he made his house out of straw. The second little pig found some sticks, and he made his house out of sticks. The third little pig wanted a big, strong house, so he built his house out of bricks. Then one day, the big bad wolf came to the first little pig's house. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in." "No," said the little pig, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "If you won't let me in," the big bad wolf said, "then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." Well, that wolf huffed and puffed, and he blew that first house down. The first little pig ran to his brother's house and slammed that door shut. Then the wolf knocked on the second little pig's house. He said, little pig, let me in." "No, no," cried the second little pig, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." Well, that wolf huffed and he puffed, and he blew that second house down. The first and second little pig ran to their brother's house, and they slammed that door shut. Then the wolf knocked on the third little pig's house, and he said, little pig, let me in." "No," cried the third little pig, "not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." And the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." Well, that wolf, he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but he could not blow that house down. Now, this is usually the part in the story where I have my students create their own ending. Why don't you try creating your own ending at home today? We're going to create our own ending here for this story. Well, the big bad wolf was determined to get inside that house. He looked up and saw a chimney. So he climbed the siding all the way up to the chimney and started to climb inside. The 3 little pigs started scrambling to get ready for the big bad wolf. Right as he landed, he looked out and the 3 little pigs said, "Surprise!" "What?" said the big bad wolf. "It's a surprise party. That's why we wouldn't let you in," said the 3rd little pig. "We weren't quite ready." "Oh," said the big bad wolf, suddenly feeling ashamed. "I'm so sorry I blew your houses down. I didn't understand." "That's okay," said the 2nd little pig. "As long as you help us rebuild, we'll be fine." "I promise," said the big bad wolf. Together they all had a wonderful surprise party, rebuilt the first 2 pigs' houses, and stayed friends for a long, long time. The end. And that's the story of the 3 little pigs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now that we can tell the difference between high and low pitches, let's take a look at different ways that we can identify them. One way to identify pitches is by using solfege. Solfege gives each pitch its own unique syllable and hand sign. Starts like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. They can also be numbers 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's practice echoing the solfege before we go outside for a game. Ready? Echo me. So, so, me, me. do, mi, sol. Sol, fa, mi, re, do. Great job on your solfege. Let's take this outside for a little solfege game. The first thing you'll need for a musical hopscotch is some chalk. Next, draw 8 boxes in a row and put one solfege syllable in each box. The first box should be do, then re, mi, fa, and all the way up to do. Make sure to keep them in the right order. With that done, we're going to play a little hopscotch. Let's see if you can echo these patterns with your voices as well as your body. I'll start off easy. Do, re, mi, do, re, mi, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. Do, mi, sol, do, mi, sol. Sol, fa, la, sol, fa, la. Do, ti, do, do, do. Do, ti, do, do, do. Last one, friends. Now this is a warm-up I like to do with my choir students. Be careful with it though, it's kind of a lot. Do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do. Phew! Crushed it, friends. See if you can compose your own patterns using solfege hopscotch. Earlier, I had mentioned there was more than one way to identify pitches. We learned about solfege, but another way to identify pitches is with letter names on a staff. Instead of using syllables, we'll use letters. Going up, it would sound like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So instead of singing sol, sol, mi, mi, we would sing G, G, E, E. If we look at our staff, we'll see it is made up of lines and spaces. Each line and space has its own letter name. The way I like to remember the lines is every good boy does fine. For the spaces, I like to say, see the face in the space. I have another game to help us practice identifying the letter names. To play, you'll need some tape. We would recommend painter's tape and something that you can roll. This game is called Bowling for Pitch. To make your staff, you'll need to put 5 lines on the floor. Remember, every good boy does fine, and see the face in the space. To play this game, you'll roll something and try to spell out a word. If I wanted to spell the word bag, I would try to aim for those 3 letters. The person who spells the word correctly in the least number of tries wins. Try and spell some other words on your own. You can only use the letters A through G in music, so no words like hippopotamus. Well, that's all for today, friends. We've learned quite a lot about pitch, so let's review. We learned that pitch is how high or low a sound is. We even saw that there are some instruments that aren't pitched at all. The 3 little pigs helped us identify high sounds and low sounds, and we learned a couple ways to identify pitches using solfege and letter names. I hope you had fun today, and give the practice games a try.
Check, 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 one, two, check, check.
Oh, looks like our closing act is just about ready. I wonder who it could be. Well, that's all the time I have. See you next time, friends.
DJ Nowlin in a house. What goes high and low? Some objects have it, some objects don't. What could I be talking about? Not rhythm or tempo without a doubt. It's a major part of music that we cannot switch, that's right. I'm talking about pitch. I'm talking about pitch. Pitch goes high, pitch goes low. Pitch goes high, pitch goes low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. Some objects are pitched, some are unpitched. We have learned which is which. Solfege and letter names, it doesn't matter, they're still the same. So, fa, mi, or G, F, E. Either way, you can't trick me. The masters of pitch, can't you see? The masters of pitch are you and me. Pitch goes high, pitch goes low. Pitch goes high, pitch goes low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. Pitch goes high. How high? Pitch goes low. So low. Pitch goes high. That's high. Pitch goes low. That's low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. Pitches go high, pitches go low. DJ Nowlin. DJ Nowlin. We out.